Hello everybody, I'm Natasha Koo from the Feminine Space, and I know it's been a while since I've hopped onto Periscope and shared a little bit of love, self-love tips, self-care tips, how to, drop those worries, drop those feelings of not enough and anxiety. So I'm here to share with you one amazing, I guess it's more than a tip, I want to call it a concept, where when you're down and when you are feeling like you can't pick yourself up, you can. And so this is the concept, and it's worked for me, worked for my clients. It's my go-to almost every time that I feel like I'm going down a downward spiral. So the first thing that I kind of want to share with you is, have you ever felt worried or anxious or just thoughts consuming you and you just can't really seem to get out of this negative state? If you have, then this will totally help you and be applicable for you. And so what I do is notice my state of mind or quality of mind. So if you don't know what that is, or it's the first time that you've heard of this concept, quality of mind is our internal state or mood at that moment. And as humans, our mood fluctuates, right? So we're not always in this constant happy bliss state. We're not always constantly, down. It always goes up and down. So what does that mean, and how does that actually help you to get you out of this negative spiral? What happens is, and I'm sure, just give me a heart if you relate to this. If you're in a bad place or you're in a bad mood, everything's gonna feel awful. Do you guys know what I mean? No, I do not speak Turkish. And it's like one thing goes wrong and it starts to take you off. Like everything goes wrong, everything that other people say rubs you off the wrong way, and you just kind of build upon all these like negativity around your life because you're in a bad mood. So everything seems off and everything seems like it's not going in the right direction. So if you know that feeling and you've been there, then give me a heart. And so anyways, if you find yourself in this state, right, we totally know those bad days. Like you wake up on the wrong side of the bed and you're like, yep, it's not going to be a good one. But what I want to mention to you is when we're in this place, that's when we actually really want to fix it and fix things as quickly as possible, take action. It's really, really, really important at the moment. And so say if, I don't know, something's wrong with your homework, or something's happening at work, or maybe you're having a conflict with your partner, when you're in this mood, you just want to fix it. You want to confront them, you want to take action. Everything feels like it needs to be done and fixed right away. So this is sense of urgency, but that sense of urgency might not actually be real. It could be just coming from that quality of mind, this low quality of mind where you feel like everything has to be right now. And it's especially when we believe this kind of state and we take it so seriously that we go for it, and then we start making decisions, we confront our partner, we talk to our boss, or we rush for our homework, or we totally screw up our work task because we are so stressed out and we want to fix it right away. And this sense of urgency, if we take it seriously, actually makes us, at the end, making wrong choices. So that leads to even more stress in this whole thing. So that's one point. When we are in a low quality of mind or in a bad mood, we want to fix things right away. But that is actually just an illusion. It's a false sense of urgency. It's only from our mood that we want to fix it. It might not be the right time to actually go ahead and resolve a problem. So wait until you're in a really positive state. Wait until, you just let this state go. Find out and feel that, okay, I'm in a low quality of mind. I'm in a bad mood right now, and although I feel this urgency to fix everything and to do something right now, and everything feels so extra important, now is actually the time to step back and to, have this like proceed with caution type of mentality, because that's when we actually react really emotionally without reason, without really feeling our true self and without connecting to who we really are. So when we're in this low quality of mind, that's kind of what ends up happening. And we take it so seriously, we feel that all these emotions, all these thoughts are real and we must act upon it. So my advice and this awesome tip is to actually know and feel and be mindful and more aware and pay attention when we start to go down this downward spiral. When we're slowly getting really worried, really anxious, or when we are consuming thoughts which are quite negative and we want to fix things. Just notice that when this happens, it's actually the right sign for you to go like, okay, everything seems important, but it's actually not. It's just my current state that makes me want to do that. But do I actually want to? Maybe not. It's like one of those times where, you were super angry or, you were in the wrong state of mind and you said something to someone else or you made this decision that just actually doesn't resonate with you, and then later you're like, why did I do that? Why did I even say that? That's not me. And that's what happens when you really go for it and you listen to all those voices in your head when you're in a low quality of mind. And so that's tip number 1, to actually feel into your mood, how you are, and know that those influences is just purely your quality of mind and may not fully reflect how reality is right now, or the significance of the events around you, or also the urgency that you are equating to what's happening right now. And the second one that I kind of touched on already, the second tip is when you notice that you're in a low quality of mind, and you guys let me know if anything's confusing, anything doesn't make sense, give me some feedback and I'll clear it up for you. So the second tip is that when you find yourself in this state, proceed with caution. This is a time when you don't want to make those life-changing, really important decisions. This is probably not the best time to talk to your partner, speak to your boss, or do those really important things, okay? Because in this state, everything might seem really negative. You might be quite pessimistic. You might be coming from this confrontational or even defensive place. And no, who wants to make decisions when you're feeling that way, right? No. So anyways, that's the second tip. So know that when you get that feeling, I'm kind of feeling down, I'm kind of, everything seems gray around me, then have your little red siren and go off and proceed with caution. Have slow down signs all around you. And so that's the second one, to slow down and to proceed with caution. And then the third tip, to kind of round it off, is to know that these are just your thoughts, okay? Because we are living our internal reality. So the example to kind of, make sense of what's living your own internal reality mean is that, say you're having ice cream every single day. I allow you to have ice cream for breakfast every single day for the next year. So what's going to happen? The reality or what's happening is the same. You're eating ice cream. Maybe I tell you to sit on the same chairs, eat at the same time, same type of ice cream, same amount of, scoops of ice cream, same flavors. Everything is the same. But your experience of eating that ice cream is going to be different every single day. Some days it's going to taste good, sometimes it's going to taste bad, sometimes you don't even want it, sometimes you don't even notice you're eating ice cream. It's going to be different every single day. So what does that mean? That means that we are actually living and experiencing what's happening on the inside. And although we're interacting with the world and we're eating ice cream, what we're experiencing is actually a reflection and an internal processing that's happening within us. So everyone's going to experience it differently, which also means that when we are in this low quality of mind, that is just our internal state. And we want to respond back to the world according to our internal state. So that's why it's extra careful to proceed and to make decisions and to confront others, because the reality is that we are just experiencing our own thoughts and what's going on in the inside. And once we clear that up and we don't take it as seriously and we don't take it as truth, the thoughts that are going on in our heads, then it's possible to actually lift ourselves up to another higher, better quality of mind. And from there, we can engage with the world fully. So what I'm trying to say is that although sometimes we want to say that it's other people's fault, or we're trying to find the fault in everything else other than ourselves, a lot of the times, actually, all of our reality is actually our internal experience. And so if we increase our internal state, our internal quality of mind, then everything is going to change. Because how we're experiencing the world is actually a process which we, with the mind, with our own thoughts, interpret. We are interpreting everything. And everywhere we look, we actually have our own, glasses or shades that make things a certain way, and we interpret it and we experience it differently because of who we are, because of our thoughts, because of how we are built as humans. We don't see things exactly as they are. We really don't. We're actually experiencing what's going on inside of us in reflection to what's happening on the outside. So I hope that makes sense to you. Let me know if that doesn't. And if you have any more questions, you can always reach me at my closed Facebook group. Just you can tag me, ask me questions. You can have my support there, and just join us at femininetribe.com. It's a free closed Facebook group, so I'm there to support you if you want any more, advice or anything that's bothering you and you kind of want to dig deeper into it. So I really wanted to share, this concept of the quality of mind today, because it really impacts us, because we are so used to trying to find faults on the outside that we don't realize that when we truly shift our internal state, everything's going to change. And that's the most effective way to go about it, as opposed to trying to fix things on the outside. I bet someone out there, maybe in your family, or maybe it's your friend, or maybe it's a colleague who, really wants to control everything, really wants to fix things, have a really clear idea of how things should be, and they spend so much time just trying to control the outside world, right? And it's endless, because how they want things to be is so certain that they spend pretty much their whole life and all their time and all their effort and energy trying to control the outside world. But imagine if you had this internal peace and you fully understood that what we're living is actually our internal processing, our internal thoughts. Then it makes things completely different. Then it actually empowers you to want to connect with yourself, to want to reach in and understand what's going on in the inside, so that you can experience a life that's right for you, that's fulfilling for you, where